Today, our main character learns something important. Welcome back to Writer's Theory. I'm James Winterthorn, and this is day 41 of my attempt to write a novel in less than 90 days. Yesterday, we left off with a decided change in the tone of the story, and I introduced more morally ambiguous themes for our main character, Cole Mercer. Today, we're going to pick up where we left off, where he is interrogating one of the men following him. And I'm going to continue to develop that, and then we're going to see the immediate aftermath of the ambush that he set up for those two writers. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into the first part of day 41. So I ended yesterday with him having this odd witnessing moment. And here he is trying to gather a little more information about what they're doing, who they're looking for. And so I'm working here on the dialogue of the man that he's questioning and really trying to have an honest and believable back and forth between the two of them, where Mercer can get some information in a way that's believable from this other character. Threatening him a little bit here. And then he ends up leaving, so I'm working really on the description, still trying to keep it the tension up, still trying to keep it dark and ominous. I'm not sure why I felt this, because I did this earlier too. Where like, what do I do with these bad guys, like their horses? What do I do with them? Like, somehow I feel like they need to be a part of the story somehow. Because I did this with Triton and his men's horses, and I do it again here. So I guess I really just wanted this to be part of the story, at least for a little while. Here he's met his friends again, so they've reunited, and they're now off to their next stop. So that first part was really me trying to focus on dialogue and keeping the information that he's getting from this interrogation at least believable, where not only does the character believe it, but the reader will also think, well, this is a reasonable way that information could be established and gathered, even though it is after what is not a very pleasant interrogation. But I wanted to keep the dialogue realistic, keep the tension up. That was really my main focus with my writing techniques here. So let's get to the rest of day 41 and see where it takes us. And so they're back on the road here, and so I'm transitioning back to a traveling description style for writing here. Yeah, I don't know that the horses that they're coming upon really add to the story. But it's kind of a fun thing. Like, you wonder what would really happen in these situations. Like, would they just let them run free? Would people take the horses? I don't know why. I'm just so curious about it. And so like they're discussing like what they have, what it's going to take to move on to their next destination. And now that I have these 2 extra animals for them to bring along, it's something else that I have to consider as I'm writing and they're traveling through this terrain. Really just focus on description throughout this portion here. Yeah, I find when I'm planning these writing sessions out, and especially during the journeying part of the story, that finding water is actually very important, especially for the people and the animals that they're writing. Where I wasn't sure of it, but they do need, the horses would need to be watered on a regular basis. So riding through the desert is actually quite problematic. And so I guess I'm not wrong in needing the characters to find water on a regular basis or travel along routes with water. And so I set up, every time they stop and camp, I just, they found some water. So they're able to keep writing. It's one of the more interesting things that I found writing this kind of story and trying to keep it realistic for what somebody's journey might really be like. I could have just overlooked it and not mentioned it, and just let the reader believe that they found enough water, or that maybe it's just out of mind and we don't even have to think about it. But the care for the animals was something that I did want to include in the story. So that was day 41. That beginning part really focused on that interaction with Mercer and one of the men following him. And then, of course, them getting back on their journey headed back toward Trinidad, and keeping descriptions high and keeping it believable. At least I hope so. So, well, let's do today's line of the day. They rode toward a brightening sky over hills of varying sizes and terrain. Sagebrush became common and wafted over the air as the horses made contact with it. So this is a line that I like because it has multiple senses happening in the description. So not only do we have the visual, but we have the scent of the sagebrush, and then we have a reason for it because the horses interacted with it. So a lot's happening in this type of description. So I think that works well, especially for what I'm trying to achieve here. So that's the line of the day for day 41. And so tomorrow we'll pick up where we left off here with our characters on their way to Trinidad to hopefully meet Alvarez there, if she in fact is there. So we pick up that tomorrow for day 42. If you want to see what happens tomorrow, be sure to like and subscribe so you can join me on this journey tomorrow. I'll see you then. And are moving along, and I'm just rambling because I don't know what I'm saying. Sagebrush.